All right, let's talk about something I'm pretty sure we've all felt. That constant nagging pressure to move faster, to do more, to be more. But what if the real secret to getting where you want to go isn't about speed at all? Today, we're going to explore a totally different way forward.
I mean, life can feel like a total blur, right? We are always running, chasing deadlines, firing off emails, just checking things off a never-ending to-do list. It's this culture of hustle, a constant state of motion.
And yet, here's the crazy part. For all that movement, how often do you pause and realize you don't feel like you've actually gotten anywhere meaningful? You're busy, you're definitely exhausted, but you feel stuck. It's such a frustrating paradox.
So why is that? Why does all of that frantic energy so often lead to this feeling of just spinning your wheels? Well, the answer might be simpler than you think. It might just be in what we're choosing to measure.
So let me just throw this out there. Maybe the problem isn't your effort. Maybe the problem is the metric itself. What if we're all staring at the speedometer, obsessed with how fast we're going, when we should be looking at the compass instead? Okay, so first things first. We have to acknowledge this pressure for what it is. It's like we've been thrown into this race, a race we never really signed up for. The world is just constantly screaming, faster, faster, but it rarely ever stops to ask, towards what exactly?
And the answer to that question, or the lack of an answer, brings us to the absolute core idea of this explainer. It's a simple, but honestly a game-changing shift in how you think. It's a whole new philosophy that prioritizes the quality of your movement over the sheer quantity of it.
This single idea can completely reframe any journey you're on, whether that's building a career, healing from something tough, or just personal growth. It's this powerful reminder that the most important thing is the path you're on, not just how quickly you're burning down that road.
And this right here just illustrates the two outcomes perfectly. You've got two ways to journey. On the left, focusing on pace, that's just a one-way ticket to burnout. It's all fueled by comparing yourself to everybody else and reacting to all this external pressure. But on the right, focusing on your path, now that leads to sustainable, real progress. It's powered by intentional energy, and it's guided by your very own internal compass.
So, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? If direction is the key, how in the world do we find our own? Okay, let's get practical.
First, let's just define it properly. Direction isn't a destination on a map somewhere out there. It is an internal alignment. It's that sweet spot where what you do every single day actually matches what you believe in your core. It's all about being intentional.
Finding that alignment really starts by looking inward at these compass points. So first, your core values. Think of these as the non-negotiables, the guardrails on your path. They're what tell you when a shortcut, no matter how fast it seems, is actually a major detour from who you really are. Then there's your why. This is your deep-down purpose that keeps you going when motivation just isn't there. And finally, and this is huge, your definition of progress. Because if you let society define it for you, you will always be running someone else's race.
You know, once you have your direction, your entire concept of what progress even means completely changes. It stops being about these giant heroic leaps and starts being about consistent, intentional steps.
Think of your journey like this. That very first step you take in the right direction, that is a massive victory. So is a really difficult one that tests everything you've got. And, crucially, so is a moment of rest. Pausing is not quitting. On the right path, it's just refueling. Every single one of these things is progress.
So after everything, it really does all come back down to this one single, powerful idea. Think of it as your official permission slip to just ignore the race, to move at your own pace, a sustainable pace, as long as you know you're moving with purpose. Because in the end, the direction is really all that matters.
Which of course brings this all back to you. Knowing what you know now, just forget about speed for a moment. Instead, ask yourself this. No matter how big or how small it feels, what is one intentional step you can take in the right direction?